This may go pretty quick today.
Stuff.
I'm gonna jinx it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm ready to go home and go to bed.
I kind of am too.
E3.
I gotta get ready. I gotta prepare myself for tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm in the meeting, right?
Oh, good job.
Yep, right in time.
Sorry, I was having trouble with Zoom.
We haven't started yet. We're waiting for you and for Carlos. Although I think I'm gonna start without Carlos because we're gonna do Oscar first.
Yeah.
So tell me when am I good?
Yeah. Everything's good.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to call to order this meeting of the regular state planning and projects meeting of the Fraser Park Public Utility District for Thursday, October 26, 2023 at 4 p.m. We're actually starting at 4:04. Okay, we're gonna do the pledge to the flag first. One.
Okay.
Ow. Okay, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the
Pledge
flag
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic,
one nation,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All righty, roll call the directors. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman is
Here.
sort of here. Director Gibson.
Director Gibson?
Oh, duh. Okay, I'm here.
Director Kelly.
You're sort of here too.
This is gonna be a good night. Director Kelly.
Here.
All right. So we have one absent, but we have quorum. Okay, item two, discussion vote, adjust agenda if necessary. I believe Director Kelly has
I
some
will- That
adjustments.
we move number 10 on the agenda to after number 5 on the agenda. And move number 14 on the agenda after number 6.
What's number 14? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What after 6?
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
14.
14 is after 6.
Okay.
Thank you.
I second that.
Okay, just for your info, we're moving 10 up, Becky, because of Oscar leaving early, and we're moving 14 up because that's Deborah's contract. So that she doesn't have to.
Thank
the whole
you.
Meeting. You're welcome. Okay, so roll call, so you seconded?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Roll call of directors. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Hi.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so that's 4-0-0-1 absent. Okay, moving on, so that those items will be moved. So we're on item 3, public comments. Items not listed on the agenda, limited to 5 minutes. Do we have anyone from the public that has comments? Okay, seeing none, I'm gonna move on to item number 4, standing committee reports. Accounts payable committee.
We met, we went through the bills. We asked Deborah to cut checks and we'll discuss everything else at financials.
I just to let you know, I checked the USDA payment account. And they still have never taken the extra interest that they should have taken. And also, when they took our principal and our interest payment in October, loans 3 and 6, they did incorrectly the same amount like they did before, but loan 4 they did correct. So I sent another email to Jennifer and I think I copied you on that. But,
Hmm.
so I sent her one. I have not heard anything back from her or anything, so.
But originally she sent
Right,
something and all the
So,
calculations.
so
were
I
correct.
might have to contact Al Coriel or somebody and see if I can get a phone number for her, or I'm gonna look to see if she has a phone number on her. And I'm gonna give her a call because I don't know what's,
I think she had a phone number on that first email.
yeah, so I'm gonna look back in my emails, but I'm gonna have to make a phone call probably. But I did send out an email, telling them, look, you still need to take those amounts that you said, and that you need to correct Rome's 3 and 6.
Okay.
So,
Okay, state update meeting committee. So Director Garcia is not here. We did meet, we went over a number of items that are all on the agenda later on. The only thing that's not on the agenda, but it's in the minutes, is that we did meet with, right before that meeting, we did meet with the property owners of the Well 9 site. And think that we're getting closer to having something that will be equitable for them. And I think that's the only thing that's kind of not on here, but like I said, that is in the minutes. So I guess we could actually, it's all on here because we can. say
Yeah,
it
closed
again.
session stuff is there.
Yeah, so anyway, so that's the state update meeting committee, and then the quarterly financial committee.
We met, went through the profit and loss and the
Balance sheet.
balance sheet. And we moved a couple of things, but pretty much everything was ready to go. And I don't know if Deborah has, but Deborah is about ready to submit both years for audit. Trying to figure out that word. So they should be going to our auditors in the next day or so.
Okay, any questions on any of that?
Thank you for meeting the deadline, Financial Committee.
You're welcome. Okay, item 5, and a lot of that's due to, I will say, just because her contract's later on, but Deborah Angel, it was much easier than previous years working with it. So, okay, item 5, ad hoc committee reports, project committee. So you weren't here, but
well, the first one we met, and we met with Jeff French and Emily Wainwright, and we went over the property, and Dee is gonna make some maps where they're trying to make 2 lots around what we want to purchase, so that there can be an agreement on that. And so we're still in negotiations.
and then the second project committee meeting ended up being just me, but we it was with Dee and Carlos, and we hammered out what we thought should change for and Johnny, what we thought should change for the budget, and that'll come up in another item, so we can discuss it there.
Yeah, I forgot.
And okay, financial committee, ad hoc.
We've gone through all of 22, 23. And it's ready also to submit to the auditors.
Awesome.
So 2 years should be headed
So it's just
to
a
the
matter of
auditors.
when they get the audit done.
Right. So, and even the questions we had on that, I think they're mostly answered, so it's just a couple really minor things, so hopefully, that'll be not so long.
Deborah sent them off, I think.
So, okay, generator
So
package.
one thing,
Yes.
so is somebody gonna be in touch with the auditor just to kind of nudge them along?
I would think that we will, that Deborah will do that when she sends it, and that we'll be doing that, yeah.
Right, just saying, we're really chomping at.
Yeah,
the
he
bit.
knows,
I know
I
he
mean,
knows,
we
but-
stress that, so he
Yeah.
already knows
Yeah,
that
okay.
that's why they're putting them together. So January Pad Construction Committee, that's just a committee of one, Director Garcia, he's absent due to family stuff, so that will be next time. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'll move on to financial.
No,
Oh,
10.
no, I'm sorry, I will move on to item number 10, which is, yeah, I'm awake. Item number 10, discussion. Vote update on FPPUD meter replacement project, emergency well supply project, that's Oscar. We moved that up so that we could accommodate him, so we're on 10A. Discussion vote update on well number 7. Dee, do we have anything new on well number 7?
Nothing
Capping.
on,
I know
nothing on well number 7, nothing new.
Well, what's happening with the approval of the change order from did Lawrence say anything about that?
Yes, he did. He approved it and he's moving it up to the one level above. So he approves it and then it has to go to.
So he's already,
Yeah, it's going up through the chain.
Yep.
okay. So we're just waiting for that.
We're waiting for their final approval
Okay,
and then we'll be able to cap that and finish.
and then we'll do the last progress payments and stuff
Yes.
and get a bridge loan.
Okay, 10B, discussion vote update on the meter replacement.
On
Any
that,
changes on,
I'm sorry, Lisa.
go ahead, Dee.
No changes on that. The long lead time items are the brass and bronze items that should be delivered, I believe, in January. We're hoping that they'll be available then.
Okay, any questions thus far? Okay, 10C, discussion vote on claim 20 and other claims and payouts. We have 20 in our packet. That is, Oscar, you're on. And we did, just so you know, the, state update standing committee did look at this last week and it was discussed last week. We didn't see anything that needed, that had an issue, except that I still didn't see Oscar. I think it was the,
You sent an update that didn't make it in the board package.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it came after I.
okay, then I won't even worry about it. Oscar, you're on.
Yeah, I made those corrections on that cover page where the amounts were inconsistent with Dee's invoice, and Gail also did email the corrected invoice with additional information for the cost of copies. So that's in there.
Okay.
For claim 20, we have 2 invoices from D Jasper. Invoice 23-00918, and that's in the amount of $607.80. And other invoice from D, invoice number 23-00919, that's in the amount of $301.75, which brings the total for claim 20 to $909.55.
Okay, the 2 changes, just in case you didn't catch this in the packet, it's that front page of the first invoice had the wrong amount on it, which he's fixed. And there wasn't a printout for the copies, and that's also been fixed. So I will entertain a motion to approve this if we're ready.
I'll make a motion that we approve claim number 20 in the amount of $909.55 for the invoices that Oscar stated.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion before we call the vote?
Nope.
Okay, Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
And I'm also an aye, so that passes 4-0-0-1 absence. So that is good to go, Oscar. And And then I think on the last one, which is D, 10D, we don't have anything new that we need on the bridge loan until we have that final number from the state. So, I think with that, Oscar, we are done and you are, good to move early
Good, go
to
have
take care of
some.
what you need to take care of.
Yeah,
Thank you all. I appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. Just wanted to let you guys know that Carlos is on vacation. I got a text.
oh, okay.
I just want to let you guys know.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that information.
Thank
All
you.
You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to financial business, item number 6. Discussion vote on accounts payable and financial information, and this is Deborah Angel.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi. Okay, so we cut 16 checks from the revenue operating account for a total of $51,292.65. The extraordinary disbursements include is that right? The deposit premium on the liability policy of $27,083.
Quick question, that went up so much because of all the new equipment we purchased, correct?
This is the
Is that
liability.
more?
This is the liability
based
policy.
on-
It's based on payroll.
Oh, based on payroll, I thought that was based on our equipment, okay.
Yep.
And then there was a disbursement to Association of California Water Agencies, our annual dues for 2024 of $10,635. And then California Special District Association, our membership dues renewal, $5,546. And that ends the extraordinary expenses.
Okay.
I have one question for you. I don't know if it dropped off or it's just the way that it prints out, but I just had a question on distribution system maintenance. It's just coming up as maintenance now, 51025. Is that just
That's the way it's set up as the sub. Distribution system is the parent account and maintenance is the sub account.
Oh, okay. We did that, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You are the culprit.
Yep.
I forgot that because I thought I saw 51025 as the parent, so okay, that's fine. Okay, and that was my only question.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All right, I'll take a roll call of directors. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
And I am an I, so that is 4001 absent.
And
So,
then for financials,
yes,
so among other things this week, I had to put out another financial fire. Normally our auto pays hit on the 20th, which is the due date. So if the accounts payable noticed revenue operating a little bit low, our auto pays did not go through on the 20th. It's about 215 accounts that auto pay, so it was a hit.
Oh,
I
the auto
got-
pays didn't happen?
They didn't trigger it.
They didn't
Usually it
take their
happens.
money?
They didn't take the money on the 20th, so I had to go through technical support. It was a long story, lots of complications, but bottom line, we got them to go through. They went through today. So I have them all queued up. I verified that they all were paid. So it came out to about $19,000. So that came in today and everything's been fixed. It should be fine on November 20th.
so that was the accounts receivable auto pays.
Right.
That's accounts receivable auto pays.
Okay.
Yeah. The automatic.
Not the
payments.
payables.
Not the payables.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why we were short. like
That's why
almost
the revenue
$20,000.
operating was lower than it should,
Okay.
because normally we'd have that money in there.
Okay, good to know. Okay, and anything else on that? If not, I will continue on Deborah Angel, but we will move to item 14, which we motion to change the order on the agenda. So that is the contract for Deborah. You want to talk about that, Deborah?
Yes, thank you. I would like to present to the board for your consideration 3 changes to the contract. The first change is to increase my maximum hours from 50 hours a month to 60 hours a month. That would give me the opportunity to work on 2 tasks that I have not had time to work on. And the first is a cursory review before the quarterly audit to make sure the postings are consistent in description, etc. The second task is something that I think is really, really important for my desk, and that would be a procedures manual.
Oh,
Okay.
wonderful.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
And my
and next,
And my second request is I would like an opportunity to train my associate to perform only data entry in my absence. So if I go on vacation or I have an emergency illness, I could keep the work flowing and not have to come in and work double hours to catch up. It would also give us an opportunity to provide relief for any other unforeseen emergencies, and maybe also create an opportunity for future transition somewhere down the line.
Is that it?
and then you said a third.
That's the end of the second request. And then the third request is I would like to be paid twice a month rather than once a month.
Same amount, or you want an increase?
No,
No, it's-
just whatever hours,
it's-
whatever hours I've clocked up to the
The board
first
meeting,
meeting. Yes.
right, so
But it-
every board meeting,
Right, but it'll be an increase in total because it'll be 60 hours now, so same rate, but it'll go to 3,000 instead of 2,500, correct?
Right, and those would be maximum hours. Of course, I'm only going to bill for the hours I work. So
right,
if I don't work the 3,000, then, it'll be whatever I've worked.
we gotta change that on the contract.
And then you're gonna change the dates on the contract as well, correct? Up at the top, it says 22 to 23 still?
Yes. Yes, 23 to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are there any, other questions?
No, I make a motion that I'm very, okay, go ahead.
Deborah, on the procedure manual, you gonna write that, or do you want someone else writing it?
I was going to write it.
Okay, okay.
And then I have one question on your associate. Would that person be coming in with a key or when we're open, or how is that gonna work?
No, that person would not have a key. And if it's a planned absence, like when I take vacation, I usually plan them in between the board meetings so that the board meetings are not affected. And that person would come in during normal working hours when there is staff there.
That associate isn't Tiffany.
Well, I hope. Me, no.
Excuse me?
Oh,
Excuse me?
I,
Who the associate was?
Her name is Leanne Stone.
okay,
Okay,
I
and so
know
that would
Leanne.
be data. That would be data entry only, and then you were saying that that person would be in training potentially if there were other things that were needed also.
Well,
You should say,
the idea is, first of all, to train her to do basic data entry. But if an emergency came up, first of all, she knows QuickBooks. So if you needed checks printed or, a special check or something like that in an emergency situation, then she would be available to do that. And any other tasks, like, for instance, if I won the lottery and I was gonna retire, then
So it's you,
she-
Deborah.
Adopt me first.
that would not, oh, I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. What I'm trying to say is that she would be familiar with you, you'd be familiar with her, and it would open up an opportunity for her to come and step in if that was necessary. And of course, in that situation, then she would be coming in to train for the whole position.
Now, who would pay this associate, you
Oh,
or us?
I'm paying her.
Then
There's
you would
no
be
extra
transfer
fee.
hours as if you were here.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's just if Deborah wasn't here, she would be doing data entry currently at the minimum for Deborah.
Mhm.
So that way when Deborah could take some time away.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, wait, are we able to vote on the contract now or do we have to wait?
You can vote on it now. It's set to expire in November, but to do it ahead of time is fine. We can keep the November dates.
Cause it says discussion vote, so that
Yeah.
means we're. Okay, so,
I'll make a motion that we make these changes to the contract. I'm very happy with Deborah, the work, and I think it's very good that we train an associate, and we also get a manual and those extra things that she mentioned. So
Yeah, I'll second that.
okay, any other discussion? Okay, roll call directors. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman.
aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelling.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg, myself, I'm an aye, and that means it's 4-0-0 with one absence. And your contract is accepted, Deborah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deborah. And when you win the
Thank you.
lottery,
Thank you.
remember, you could pay off my
Remember the
house.
little people.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I certainly would remember my community. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to a long relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you,
Have
Deborah.
a nice evening.
Yes, have a good evening. I think we don't need you for anything else on the agenda.
Okay,
So,
everybody have a
with
good
that,
evening and a good weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
Thanks,
Now,
Deborah.
Question D, do we need to do a closed session or are we skipping that tonight?
I think just a quick closed session on both.
Okay. Okay, so at this time, we're going to go into the closed session. So oral announcement prior to the closed session, Government Code 54957.7A, a representative of the legislative body will orally announce the items to be discussed in closed session prior to any closed session meeting. So item 7, closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957, conference with real property negotiators. Government Code 54956.8, property in question. Parcel 255-320-28. Agency negotiators, Lisa Schoenberg, Brahma Nyman, and D. Jasper. Negotiating parties, Veronica Alcaraz and Carlos Salcedo. Under negotiation, price and terms of payment, as well as item 8. Closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957, conference with real property negotiators, Government Code 54956.8. Property in question, parcel 256-070-54 and 256-070-55. Agency negotiators, Lisa Schoenberg, Brahma Nyman, and D. Jasper. Negotiating parties, Jeff French and Emily Wainwright. Under negotiation, price and terms of payment. So with that, we are going to go into a closed session at 4:32 PM. This shouldn't take very long, I don't think, but we will, go to closed session and then we will be back,
We'll
Joe.
be right back, Joe. I guess it's just you on your own.
Yes.
That's me, guys. Sorry.
It's a strange, it feels strange only having one person on it.
Hope the microphone still works. Oh, it does.
Can you hear us, Joan?
You're muted, Joan.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Joan.
Hi, okay, so we are
Wait, we're
returning.
waiting for Becky, the 60 seconds for her to.
Were you lonely, Joan?
No, I was working on plans.
Oh. It's just loving us today, isn't
Okay, it's gonna work then. Okay, we're back. That was a quick fix.
it? Where's,
There we go.
It takes.
Okay, so we're going to come back into session from closed session at 4:58. We did not take action on any items in closed session. So we are going to move on now to item number.
Lisa, I lost you. I lost the audio.
I did too.
Me too.
Hey, we're.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're back.
yeah, we're
Yep.
back.
Okay,
You're back.
so item 9A, we don't have Carlos here, so we will discuss this, but without Carlos. So item 9A, discussion vote review of the project timeline and extension. I don't believe we've made any changes. We signed that initial contract and we're waiting till further notice to go if we, we're gonna go forward for now until we need to do something again, correct?
Yeah, but we don't have final approval on that extension. do we?
Right.
They haven't, we signed it, but they haven't sent. it.
Right, Lauren said we were still waiting on it.
Oh, okay.
It takes about 6 months.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so nothing really new on 9A, 9B. I think there is a discussion vote on the project technical memo. Dee had mentioned some things in the state update meeting. Dee, do you want to just bring them up to date, even though they have the minutes?
Yeah, we're moving ahead with that. And so my target is the end of this month. Maybe the November 15th. I've been busy doing some other things with respect to well 8. But we're moving ahead with a technical memo. And that is, we're pulling things from the regional report, putting them in the technical memo, and basically because 8 has a lot of really what we need to have for the technical memo regarding well 8. We're moving ahead really on both fronts.
Okay, any questions about that? Okay, 9C and D, we talked about in closed session also. We're still working on the negotiation for acquisition of both properties. So that nothing has transpired yet. So we'll move on to 9E. That's tabled. We don't really need to move forward on that yet either. That sphere of influence map is with the LAFCO. So actually, we're going to move to 9F, which is discussion vote on project municipal services review, the MSR, which is with Bravish currently. Do we know where we're at with that, Dee?
Yes, we do. Bravish said he should have it to us on Monday. So, that should be around the 30th.
And then that's going to go to Lake of the Woods, correct? So that Joan, Pam, et cetera, can take a look at it, make their own additional corrections. And then we will look at it as well and make sure that everything that we had talked about's in there. And then we do that's the final kind of once over, and then it goes back to him one more time, and then we finalize, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you should be getting that really soon, Joan. Next week. Any other questions on that? Okay, 9G, discussion vote on the MOU. It's tabled until probably the very end of this portion of this project or until the construction, not sure yet. But that is not, that's tabled for now. 9H, discussion about update on raising the standby fee. We don't have Carlos or Oscar here. I believe that they're still negotiating for TA funds and with the state, and that takes a while, so that's has not moved forward yet. 9I, discussion vote on the Lake of the Woods projects and consolidation. John, do you have anything new for us? And you're muted also. There you go.
I'm on. Okay. The phase 2, what we're working on right now is on schedule. We're having no issues. Phase 3 is still in design. However, this week, Kern County Road Department kindly came up and widened some of our roads and widened and paved more of our roads. So that will make some needs to make some design changes because there's more pavement now. And the generator grant is still with the state in review. That's it.
Great, thank you. Any other questions for Joan or Lake of the Woods?
I did have
We're not there yet.
yeah, but, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you. Okay, so now on to 9J. One mentioned before we, and Carlos isn't here, but before we talk about claim 35, which I'll probably have Brahma review, but what happened is that we needed to redo the budget because we were running short in engineering admin. So there was that meeting that happened the other day with myself, with Dee, and with Carlos. And what we decided to do was to take, and we just need a approval on that from the board, but we'd like to take $35,197.66 from engineering design. Right now, it's the only place we have no consolidation money left. We
You mean
moved not consolidation money, contingency money, sorry about that. We have no contingency left for the consolidation, so we needed some additional money, but there weren't a lot of places to take it from. We really don't have it to take from engineering either, or for engineering admin to take from engineering design either. But we were going to go to Lawrence and try to ask for some help when we start getting down to about 100,000, I think, in engineering design, because he had, if you remember right, he had initially removed money from the project at the very beginning, and so that and then all the prices went up, and this project's been going on for what, 7 years or something. So yeah, so at some point we're gonna have to do that, but the numbers that we discussed, so if you look at on his claim form, if you look at the can you just hold that, or can you hold that up? If you look at this page where it says what's left in our budget, what we were talking about was taking $35,197.66 from engineering design, moving that to engineering admin to bring the new total in engineering admin to 40,000, because it's only at 4,800 something. Because a lot of what Dee's doing right now on well 8 and 9, and also the having to put the application in, all that stuff is under admin. So we definitely need more money in admin, plus admin covers all of Dee's second board meetings. We pay the initial board meeting comes out of our, okay? Yeah. The initial board meeting comes out of the FPPUB pocket, but the second meeting comes out of the project. So that should hopefully cover D for the next couple of years, because we're still in this project for probably a couple of years at least. And so that would leave $182,446.68 in engineering design. So admin had $4,802.34. We'll add the $35,197.66 to bring that total to 40,000. And then that will leave $182,446.68 in engineering design. So that's just to keep in the back of your head, because we need to approve that when Carlos is here.
So next meeting, we need to,
We need to send, so
So
Carlos
you
is
need
gonna need to,
doesn't she need to put a,
we need to do a
line
line for
item.
Lawrence.
right, but we have to have.
Yeah, we need to have a line.
Budget adjustment
Yeah.
on the next meeting?
Yeah, budget adjustment on the next meeting,
On the 9th.
on the 9th.
Right,
So
so,
that we can
and
do
then
a
we
line.
need to have that letter,
And
so,
we can get that letter
but
before. the-
Carlos isn't here, so, so what we are doing is this current, payout does, it leaves us with that 4,802.34.
Oh, once this
Once
payout,
we do the
okay.
payout, so,
Okay, did you want me to go?
yeah, if you could go,
Okay. Okay, we have claim 35 here, and we will, looking at this, there's $566.66 for, project management. There's a Young and Wooldridge invoice, 4657 and 10065, and then it's cut off, in the amount of $2,580. There's staff costs in the amount of $65. There's a D Jasper and Associate, invoice in the amount of 23-00913 in the amount of $37,970.50. There's also a D Jasper, breakout, under appraisals and license for $651, same invoice number. And then there's under engineering report, there's a D Jasper Associate 23-00914 in the amount of $2,821. And then under well design, there's a, D Jasper, invoice 23-913, and I believe it's 914, and it told those two breakouts total $11,224.51, which makes this total claim come to $14,696.51. So I would like to make a
Isn't
motion.
the claim like 21,000?
No? It's-
Yeah.
yeah.
It says only, it says it's
Did
the
he
total,
flip it?
planning total.
Oh.
It's only 14.
Oh, well, okay,
Then it might be a mistake,
that's a mistake.
because it's up there,
Yeah,
like
because,
20.
okay, hold on, I guess I'll have to add this up.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah,
there's
we didn't
11,000
catch
right
it.
there.
We didn't catch that in the state meeting.
13,
I caught the
15.
Oscar one.
So you'll have to have him make that adjustment, but I'm adding it right
Oh,
now.
yeah, it's gotta be, it's gotta be.
It's in the minutes too, the minutes says the total.
22,000.
Plus 651. Plus 28.
Yeah.
No
I
fun.
think that's correct. State update.
Yeah,
That's enough, so, yeah, I don't know.
it's the same claim.
So it's come to $21,705.67.
That's what it was in the state update.
Okay, so that's the total. So this needs to be corrected on here.
Yeah,
So I'd like to make a motion that we approve claim 35 with the invoices and costs that I stated.
with the total,
With the total of those invoices coming to $21,705.67.
I hear a second on that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, roll call directors, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
and I'm also an aye, so that is 4-0-0-1 absent, that motion passes, so claim number 35 has been accepted. Okay, and we're gonna move on now to item number 11. That's discussion vote update on the pipeline replacement project. 11A is discussion vote on potholing and mapping. That's all completed, so we don't even really need that on there, but it is. So 11B, discussion vote on engineering and design. I believe that's also basically completed, correct, Steve? But you want to talk about
Yeah,
that?
we're running the hydraulics now to make sure that we get these pressure zones correctly identified, because we don't want to put in the piping and then turn on the water and somebody's out of water, or they got pressure that blows their pipes up in their house. So we're doing that right now, and that should be done next couple of weeks. I think Curtis is doing that. So, and we've been working with Johnny too to show him where we put in the pressure relief valves and the connections. And we want to make sure that, the as-bills, once we do, well, first that we put them in the correct place and Johnny's good with it. And number two is that that once we follow through with this, we know exactly where all those components are: pressure relief valves, fire hydrants, valves. That's, I think, been the nemesis for Johnny for a long time. Can't find valves, and some of the pressure relief valves don't even work. So that'll all be fixed when we do the summit. So at least up there. That's what we're working on now.
Okay. Any questions on that? All right, item 11C, the engineering contract. Have you moved forward on that, Dee?
Yeah, I started to prepare one. I was talking to Carlos, and I said, well, this contract is between DJA and Self-Help, right? And he said,
No,
that's what we understand. It's the pipeline replacement project with the TA funding.
no. In order to put in the application, we need a contract with you for what goes in the application as far as, yes, I don't think you did the contract between you and them either, but we also need a contract between you and us for the application, do we not?
Yeah, for the construction.
For the,
Yeah, I don't know whether that's, I certainly would have no problems doing that, but why don't we talk it over with Carlos next week? And well,
let's get Carlos involved and see if that's necessary.
it is necessary. We can't move forward on an application of any kind of money without a contract between us and D. So at some point that's necessary, whether we need it right when I believe he has to include it with the application. I believe it's part of the application. And I believe there needs to be both contracts, one between, because at this point, it won't be just self-help. It'll be money coming from the state for the actual pipeline construction. And that's where we need that contract with you, Dee. Right, I believe. I thought you did one. You had to have done one already with self-help because you wouldn't be able to have the TA money otherwise.
We have an ongoing, we have a contract with Self-Help and we add tasks to it. And so, when I talked to Carlos about it, and he said he thought, well, he told me what I told you. So let's get it squared away. I don't have any problem preparing, a contract between us and the district, but less.
My understanding, we can't move forward with any kind of money coming in from the state without a contract with the engineer for each project.
The actual construction, I think that money, we need Carlos because he got approved, 9 million? And is that TA money or is that,
No,
is that state construction
you
money?
have to apply for it.
We have to apply for that.
That's why you're doing the project application.
No, what I'm saying is
No, the TA
Yeah.
money we've already spent. All of it. So all of the initial potholing and mapping was TA money. Now what happens is we needed all that in your design in order to move forward and do the project application. So we're in the middle of trying to do the project application, which is why we had to finish the budget. Not the budget, the audit, because they require 3 years of our audit. And then that needs to be uploaded. I believe the contract between you and us needs to be uploaded and anything else that, it's required. So that's all with the actual state and the water company, not TA money through self-help. That's my understanding. I could be crazy, but that's what we've had to do on every project so far.
Well, you're usually right,
project
Lisa,
we've had-
so I'm, let's have a short discussion with Carlos and make sure we get it right, that we get it right on our end. And then, then I can prepare one in a day, real easy, but
Because I think we can't finalize the application without that.
yeah, I don't know. But
I think he got confused because he started talking about TA stuff because it's two separate things going on. So, okay, so we need Carlos for that. So if you want to set that up and we'll try to figure out how we can do that briefly. But I think it's just that, basically the same kind of contract that you've done for all this other engineering work. So, do you have any other questions? Otherwise we'll move on to item 12.
Go ahead.
Okay, item 12, discussion about update on Cal OES Community Power Resiliency Allocation of Special Districts Grant. 12A, we have the generators sitting in the yard. We're waiting for the load banks. That still can't happen until they're at the company, but we can't do that until we have the pads. So that's actually moves to 12B. So where are we at on engineering and design for the pads? I know that Director Garcia is the ad hoc for that, and he had said that the pads were going to need to be thicker than what we initially thought, so that actually needs to go out to a bid, and it also needs to be prevailing wage, so we need to send that out there. So you want to talk about that, Dee?
He was gonna ask, he was gonna try to get it, not Dee.
Well, let these speak.
well, what I understand about it is that we would have to provide the specifications if we're going out to bid, and the design is already done. So it is just a question of putting together the specifications as far as I know.
Then Director Garcia was actually going to do the work with you to do the bid, correct? He was gonna try to go out to bid on that, as long as we had all the specs with
Well,
the
if we-
3 different companies.
I think what has to happen, if this is going to be a prevailing wage job, we'll have to do a formal bid request, get bids from contractors, and then, do the normal process. I don't think there's anything, unless the district was going to do it with its own forces. We'll have to go through the standard bidding process.
Because my understanding is that we have to do prevailing wage now.
Yeah,
On
and that's
something like that.
true. That's true.
Anything over a certain amount, I don't know what that amount is, but
Yeah, Johnny or Jerry's here, so they talked to Lawrence about
yeah,
it.
Johnny and Jerry and Director Garcia are not here. So we'll move on that, but hopefully we'll have some more details on that for the meeting, the regular board meeting on the 9th. Okay, so if there's no other questions, moving on to item 13, discussion vote update on the district water tank repair and or replacement. That's Johnny, but he's not, he's ill. So is there anything that you know about that? Dee, I don't think so. I think
Nope.
Okay, so we were gonna look into the Cal OES hazard mitigation grant.
right.
The only thing with that is, I was gone when they had the webinar. Johnny wasn't able to get on it. And NOIs are due tomorrow. So I don't think we're gonna make the deadline. I've been running 2 jobs this whole week. So, I mean, it'll come back every year, but I don't know what's involved in an NOI. I don't know if it's complicated form. I don't know if it's a simple form.
What's an NOI? Use that.
Oh, notice of intent.
Oh.
I believe in notice of intent or notice of interest as far as applying for the grant. I can try to come in tomorrow, work a miracle, see what I can find out. If it's something I can submit by myself, like meaning it's a simple form, I can submit it. If it requires like all sorts of, you know, engineering and background information, there'd be no way.
Well, we already did quite a bit of engineering on that, Dee, so is that something that you can resend? But I don't know if that would be too complicated to. Did you know, any idea what that entailed? Do either of you remember what that
No.
entailed for the generator project? Cause it would be similar.
And it is, I did find out it is a $2 million grant,
Okay, but now,
so it's decent.
which tank are we talking about? Is it still
It
parcel
could
B?
be both. It could
Or
be, well, that would be up to Dee and Johnny. I don't think 2 million would do both tanks if I'm gonna
No.
take a guess. But it could do one tank.
Absolutely, parcel B is the first to fail.
Well, parcel B, they have already instructed that we have to do something with it.
Right,
Yeah, parcel B is the oldest tank I think we have. 1996 version, I think. I think that's right, although Johnny mentioned that it may be younger, but anyway, no, we can, I think what we need to do, Tiffany, is maybe meet with you or have a phone call and, we're gonna determine what that grant's all about. Did you send us information on that?
No. Basically, they sent me a slideshow for the grant, so I don't have
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of information, but it's a start. I can send you the slideshow after the meeting. And then if I,
well, take a look, because it would be worth it
I
if
mean, if
if
it's,
it's a simple application, or if we can get in a partial application just to put ourselves on the list.
I mean, right,
and
it's
then-
just a notice of intent. I'm
Intent.
hoping it's very light, right?
Right.
Like, it's basic. I'll do the research tomorrow. if
Because they
it's something I
sometimes
can
let you
submit.
upload additional information once you have the actual.
Right.
Well, I say we authorize her to.
Okay,
I mean, we
if you're
can
willing.
try it. I don't, no
because I
problem.
would hate to go for another year if it's, I mean, that would be horrible and miss the boat completely.
And then the other thing is, I believe on the slideshow, they want a 10% match. So meaning if Cal OES gives 2 million, they may want us to put in 200,000.
Well, we could.
But that's, I mean, come on, that's where.
I
If
mean,
we have it, it would
Or
be
even if we didn't, I mean, that might be something that we would be able to take out of I mean, it would still be us matching it, but out of our replacement funds,
Mhm.
because that's a USDA project that we have replacement funds for, so
right.
we would just need their permission, and we don't have that much in
Yeah.
replacement,
We
but.
got like 150 or
Yeah.
something. That would wipe it out, but,
Yeah,
you know,
but that's okay, because that's what it's for,
we're actually we're gonna be taking,
money out of
Money.
the SCADA.
for SCADA, which is probably
50,000.
50,000, which will go back into our
Mm.
Operating.
operating, or
Right.
when we get that money, we took it originally, we could put it into the SLA. We can discuss that.
So, can I get a motion to, have
I make a
Tiffany-
motion that we allow Tiffany to come in and do the application, do the research and do the application if possible.
And meet with Dee
And
on-
meet with Dee, give him a phone call and work that out.
And if you need me for anything, Dee, you
Okay,
guys
there's a
can
motion
call
on the
me.
floor. There's a
Can
motion
you
on the
add
floor.
that? But they
And that, they can,
if you're available.
they can talk to Lisa if there's an issue. I'm not available.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion on the floor and seconded. Any other discussion?
There's only two of us.
Okay, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
I'm an aye of that, and so that is 4-0-0-1 absent to move forward and try to put in this Cal OES notice of intent.
Well, thank you, Tiffany. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you coming in on your day off and doing that, going the extra mile. It's really appreciated because we really need it.
Okay, so moving on to new business. Do we want to take a
Good
break?
night, Dee.
Yeah, thank you, Dee. We don't need we don't need you,
We need you, Dee.
take the weekend off.
We need you, Dee.
Oh, no, we need you
We
tomorrow.
need you, Dee, but you can leave.
Don't forget about tomorrow, Dee. We still need you tomorrow.
Tiffany may have questions and need you tomorrow.
And stay off those horses. Oh.
Okay, well, that sounds good. I will be available. I gotta run to a grandson's football game, but I'll be available in the morning, and I think about halfway through the day, Gil and I, we have a grandson that's riding some broncs up at Bishop Saturday and Sunday, so I think Friday
Nice.
afternoon we'll be heading out that way, but anyhow, just call me. I have my cell phone with me, but I'll be in for half a day.
Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Dee.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
And do we
Dee.
want to skip the rest, directors?
Yes.
Yes, let's skip it. Let's-
Okay, so we'll go on to item 15, review and approve meeting minutes for the 10/19/2023 state update meeting.
I'll make a motion, that we approve the meeting minutes for the state update, the standing committee Thursday, October 19th, 2023. With any of the amendments that were sent to Tiffany previous to and after the meeting, as well as any additional amendments for typos or other errors that we may not have caught or that may need to be corrected.
Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call directors, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman. Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye, so those minutes pass. That is 4-0-0 with one absence. So last item on the agenda, discussion vote on future agenda items. Are there any other future items that need to be discussed?
I have one. So next meeting, that whole week, I'm gone at training. So I'm gonna have the agenda out Thursday, the Thursday before. Monday I'm gone. Monday I'm traveling, Tuesday, Wednesday conference, Thursday I'm driving back. Barring any freeway
Message.
I don't want to jinx it. Disasters. I'll be definitely be back for the meeting,
How do we do
but
the
I'm
packet?
not going to be here to do a board packet. Best case scenario, I make it back and can throw a board packet together immediately before the meeting.
But none of
But-
us will be able to read it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is because I won't be here.
The only thing would be financials. I don't know what else would be going in there.
Financials, the stuff we have been repeating, like the record retention will be on there.
Yeah, but we don't need the record retention.
We
policy.
have
we-
possibly the resolution of necessity, possibly
That would be-
the auditors. We do, what did I call it? Letter of engagement, because I need to talk to Scott and see, because he can't start the audit without a letter of engagement, so that might be on the
But
agenda.
that's not something huge that we would need. We could read that while we're in the.
Minutes and possibly the contract and budget adjustment. So there's some stuff coming up. So just
Start the audit till he gets a letter of engagement. So we gotta wait another 2 weeks if we have to approve it.
it's usually, it's a basic
It's
same thing
really
they do
basic,
every year. It doesn't change other than the dates. So I'm sure he could get it to me in a day and it'll be on there and it'll be simple, but just,
Well, yeah, but we
Remind
can't
if I
approve
take
it.
it
We
back.
can't approve it for 2 weeks. So
yeah,
Ma-
no, I know.
maybe I'll ask, or you got his number, right? Maybe you can call him and say, can you just start, even though we know we're gonna approve it in 2 weeks?
I thought he said that. but-
I thought he said that he could start on it
Yeah,
right
I
away.
thought he could do the initial looking at it, but not actually, well, we'll ask, because we had already asked him that, and he did get approval. So, yeah, I can try to call him tomorrow.
So board packets.
Well,
time,
or maybe
possibly-
Johnny will have to do some of those, just a few of the things. If we really need it, he can maybe copy some of these things. I mean, I know.
Yeah, it's
I-
a little bit of a process.
I mean, I could come in and copy financials once you,
They're scanned, they're uploaded, they're digital packets first, then it's assembled and printed. It's just, it's not as simple.
It means
as
we're not
making
getting the packet out
photocopies.
to anybody who would be on the meeting either.
Yeah, and it has to be on the website
prior to the meeting.
generally by the meeting. If you guys have it, it has to be on the website, so it has to be on there by the meeting. So
I don't know.
now you guys get a taste of what it takes to put meetings together, because it's not simple,
Well,
but,
Oh, I thought you just snapped your fingers.
right? No, it's a little bit of a thing, but I mean, you'll have your packets, it's just you're not gonna, they won't be created until Thursday.
But if the packet's not available to the actual meeting time, then people would be invited to come here for the packet, correct?
Yeah, and it'll be on the website.
Okay,
Yeah,
Because I would
It
have.
is what it is. We'll just have to sit here.
And what if there is no packet?
There better be a packet, because I have to be in the seat to do the insanity of the meeting Zoom stuff.
does Johnny know how to do it?
Not these meetings. It's, again, it's, it's complicated. I could show him how to do it. Obviously, he could
Yeah,
learn it. It's just, but I intend to be here. Like I said, unless the freeways blow, I'm not gonna say. Unless,
You want us to rent you
I
a
will be here.
helicopter? Is that what you're asking?
right.
okay,
But normal, it would be fine.
All right.
I'm not anticipating any issues. I should be back. I'm probably gonna leave.
So basically, we may get the packet at the meeting, which I think with those items, we may be okay. We can read them during the meeting.
yeah,
There's no contracts that we have to approve or anything.
Well, yeah, the letter of engagement, but it's not huge.
but that's not huge, we can read that in the meeting.
And the
Usually page.
Yeah, yeah,
The resolution, take a minute, but that's usually maybe a page or two also,
okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else? Any other agenda items? That's probably enough since we're not gonna have Tiffany till the last minute. Okay, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay, any issues? Okay, roll call directors. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman, Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelling.
Aye.
I'm Director Schoenberg's an aye, so that we are adjourned 4001 absent at 5:35.
Hey, Joan,
Yes, sir.
personal note, just to let you know,
Oh.
I'm having, an estate sale starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow through the weekend at my brother-in-law's house in Pinyon Pine.
Wow, very nice.
So if you know anybody, if you want to come out, it's 9220 Whispering Pines. It's the beginning of Pinyon Pines as you drive in. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Do you have
All
a
right.
And
recliner?
there's what's that?
Do you have a recliner for sale at this sale?
No recliner,
Okay.
but they have
Okay,
tons
hello.
of stuff and tools and Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations. I mean, we're talking old stuff.
I like decorations.
There's tons, there are tubs and tubs and tubs and tubs of different decorations, Easter, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas.
But I'll be here doing a
Oh,
doing a grant application.
Don't put it on Friday, put it on Saturday so she can go.
All right, Browner, I appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah. So if you know
I'll make-
anybody,
Give you a pre-look at 8:30 or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go.
What time are you getting?
I'm gonna try and be there by 8.
Okay, so go at 8:30.
Can I go at
You
8?
can see.
Yeah, you can come early. I don't care. There'll probably be other people and I'll be like, no, but she's special.
Yeah.
And cash works, right?
What's
Cash
that? Cash only,
Cash-
yeah.